Good morning, all. Today we are going to discuss about one of the important and primitive classes of algae, cyanobacteria, which is considered as the architect of Earth's atmosphere. Cyanobacteria or Cyanophyceae, or primitively they are known as Myxophyceae, is called blue-green algae due to the presence of the blue-green pigment phycocyanin. Why it is known as Myxophyceae is due to the presence of a carotenoid pigment known as myxoxanthin. Generally, Cyanophycean members are prokaryotic bacteria because this falls under the currently nowadays this has been placed under kingdom Monera and in division Eubacteria, but in primitively Frisch classified cyanobacteria under algae, but nowadays it has been shown to have more character similarity towards bacteria, so it has been placed under the kingdom Monera under division Eubacteria. Basically, they are aerobic photoautotrophs, that is, they can capable of synthesizing food with the help of sunlight. Okay, they are gram-negative bacteriums. What is gram-negative and gram-positive is that during gram staining, it doesn't pick up the gram stain and it appears as a purple color after washing with ethanol. We will discuss about gram. I think you have studied about the gram staining when you study microbiology in semester 2. Okay. So these are the most successful organisms in the world because it has mastered all types of environmental conditions, whether it will be freshwater, seawater, salt marshes, moist rocks, tree trunks, hot springs, or frozen waters. Even the name Red Sea came after the coloration which is provided by the planktonic cyanobacterium Trichodesmium erythraeum. Okay, so not only that, the biological importance of cyanobacteria lies in the fact that they are one of the earliest colonizers of barren areas. They can convert alkaline soil to acidic soil so that it can promote the growth of other organisms in barren lands. Okay, though not only they are photoautotrophs, they can also have the ability to fix nitrogen, atmospheric nitrogen. So this is very rare. It has both capable of producing oxygen. Not only that, it can fix nitrogen also. Okay, many of them are endophyte. For example, they harbor the coralloid roots of cycas or leaf cavities of Azolla. There are numerous salient features of cyanobacteria. One of the salient feature of cyanobacteria is that, which we have already mentioned, they can grow in diverse habitats. And the striking importance is that they can preoccupy in habitats alternating between aerobic as well as anaerobic conditions. So that they have a dual capacity. They can carry out oxygenic photosynthesis when oxygen is available, or they can carry out, they can live an anaerobic when there is no oxygen availability. So they can give us a facultative aerobes or anaerobes. Okay. The cyanobacteria, the second peculiarity of cyanobacteria is the presence of a morphologically distinctive structure, heterocyst. Okay, we will discuss about the heterocyst in the coming slides. And the main wall component of cyanobacteria is peptidoglycan, which you know that it is a murein, which is the main cell wall component of bacteria. It is not present in any of algae. That's why it has been placed under Eubacteria according to the current system of classification. Okay. Not only that, the cyanobacterial cytoplasm, when you look into the cyanobacterium cytoplasm, you will see two distinct parts, chromoplasm and a colorless portion. And the chromoplasm is transversed extensively by flattened vesicular structures called thylakoids or lamellae. You know that thylakoids are the site of light reaction of photosynthesis. Okay, so this is a site where photosystem 1 and 2 is present in plants. So the same type of thylakoid or lamellae is present in chromoplasm of cyanobacterial cytoplasm. Okay, and the chief photosynthetic pigment of all cyanobacteria is chlorophyll A, and apart from that, beta carotene and accessory pigments called phycobilioproteins are present. The chief phycobiliproteins are phycocyanin, allophycocyanin B, and phycoerythrin, etc. The reserve food material includes starch and cyanophycein, particularly cyanophycein starch and cyanophycein. So these two are the character which makes the fish to classify cyanobacteria under presence of chlorophyll A, thylakoid, and cyanophycein starch is the two important character that make fish to classify cyanobacteria under algae. Okay. And most of the cyanobacteria lack flagellar structures. So coming to the morphology, cyanobacteria mostly they are unicellular, but some are coloniform or filamentous, just like oscillatory or nostoc. Filamentous cyanobacteria are also present, and the filaments are termed as trichomes. Okay, trichomes are of two types: homocystis, that is undifferentiated trichomes, or heterocystis, because in trichomes you can see a specialized structures known as heterocyst. Okay, and colonies are present in nostoc. As I already mentioned, flagella are completely absent, so movement is by gliding movement in cyanobacteria. So coming to the cell structure, cyanobacterial cells are larger and more elaborate than bacteria. It is a typical prokaryote, so it doesn't contain a true nucleus. It has 70 S ribosomes, not 80. Absence of all membrane-bound structures like endoplasmic reticulum, mitochondria, Golgi, etc., etc. And cell wall, I also already mentioned, it consisting of peptidoglycan. It consists of 4 layers, and the second layer is peptidoglycan. And the outermost part of protoplast contain number of photosynthetic thylakoid. This is what I have termed about the thylakoid photosynthetic site. It is called chromoplasm. They lie free in the cytoplasm, not as thylakoid is lamellist stalk of thylakoid in chloroplast as seen in higher plants. And the thylakoid membrane contains chlorophyll A, carotenoid, and xanthophyll, whereas chlorophyll B is absent. And attached to thylakoid membranes are phycobilisomes with accessory pigments, as I already mentioned, phycocyanin, allophycocyanin, and phycoerythrin. And instead of typical vacuoles, pseudo vacuoles are present. Gas or pseudo vacuoles, not a true vacuole is present in cyanobacterium. And a naked circular DNA is present. Here there is no true nucleus. It is known as centroplasm, where the DNA lies centrally coiled, and also like bacteria, small circular DNA is also present, which is known as plastids or transposon. 70 S ribosomes are present, and cyanophycein starch is present, granules is present, volatile granules is present, and polyhedral bodies are present as inclusions of cyanophycein cell. You should draw and study well the typical cell structure of a cyanophycean. Okay, and the cyanophyceae show a peculiar type of phenomenon known as Guideco phenomenon, which is a capacity to change their color according to the wavelength of light they received. Okay, when they receive red light, they can show some color. When they receive green light, they can show some color, and this is known as complementary chromatic adaptation. Okay, and this is mainly due to the presence of different types of pigments which is present in cyanobacteria. That is why they have appeared as purplish, violet, brownish, etc. And coming to the specialized structure, which is the peculiar features of cyanobacteria, the heterocyst. It is cyanobacteria are the only organism which is capable of perform oxygenic photosynthesis and also fix nitrogen. Okay, because you know that rhizobium and all, they are anaerobic nitrogen fixers, but cyanobacteria are aerobic nitrogen fixers. Why it is peculiar in that oxygen is very deleterious, or oxygen is harmful for the enzyme that fix nitrogen, that is nitrogenase. So the both doesn't occur simultaneously. That is why nitrogen fixation occur in specialized structures known as heterocyst, example in nostoc, and a heterocyst consisting of very thick wall which makes it impermeable to oxygen, but it is permeable to nitrogen. Okay, and the mucilaginous sheet is also absent, so that nitrogen can freely diffuse inside the heterocyst, and nitrogenase enzyme is situated inside the heterocyst. Okay, so the absence of oxygen protects nitrogenase enzyme, and the two types of photosystem should be present in all thylakoid membrane, but in heterocyst only photosystem 1 is present, photosystem 2 is absent. So there is You know that there are two types of photosystem, photosystem 2 and photosystem 1. Photosystem 2 is a site where oxygen is liberated during light reaction. So the absence of photosystem 2 makes the non-availability of oxygen in the heterocyst. Okay. And not only that, in heterocyst thylakoid lack phycobilysomes. Okay. So complete photosynthesis is absent, but due to the presence of photosystem 1, cyclic photophosphorylation occurs. Okay. It contains the enzyme nitrogenase, and it is a site where nitrogen fixation takes place. So coming to reproduction, Cyanophyceae are reproduced by binary fission, acanids, hormogonia, hormocyst, spores, etc. I am not going to explain about binary fission, acanids and hormogonia, which we have already explained during the general characters of algae. What is hormocyst is nothing but they are multicellular structure, which just like acanids, they are multicellular, not like acanids. Acanids are single cellular structure. They are multicellular structure having a thick sheath. They may be intracellular or terminal in position, and when they detached from the plant body, they give rise to new plants. And spores there are three types: endospore, exospores and nanocyst. Endospores or exospores you have familiar with. They are formed inside the body, endospores. When outside the body, it is known as exospore. What is the difference between endospore and a nanocyst is that endospore formation, the parent cell, during endospore formation, the parent cell enlarges in size and then produced endospore, whereas in nanocyst, the parent body regains its original size. There is no enlargement of size. It is the only difference between endospores and nanocyst. And there is no sexual reproduction reported so far in cyanobacteria, but in some cases, genetic recombinations may occur just like in bacteria, transformation. That is, a transfer of genetic material from one strain to another strain is reported in certain type of cyanobacteria, but in truly there is no sexual reproduction reported so far. And coming to the economic importance, you already mentioned they are the chief photosynthetic producers in the world, and they are one of the early colonizers of the barren land. They are good source of several aquatic animals. Even the humans also consumes to a great extent. You know that spirulina, which is a single cell protein which contain up to 70% of more than protein content, is consumed taken as a food supplement by humans. And nitrogen fixers, Anabaena, nostoc, they are used for the reclamation of soil. And there are several species of Anabaena and Alocera. They act as mosquito repellent. And many Cyanophycean members act as Limbia extract used to manufacture antibiotic-like compounds. Okay, so these are the chief importance of cyanobacteria and a general account about Cyanophycean family members. You have to remember that cyanobacteria, nowadays cyanobacteria is classified under eubacteria due to the presence of peptidoglycan cell wall, because bacteria is the only organism reported in the world so far having a peptidoglycan cell wall. Okay, so they are very important blue-green algae. They are during the evolution of life, they are the first oxygen producers during the evolution of life. After that only algae, green plants, all that oxygenic photosynthetic producers produced in the world. Okay, so you have to by heart you have to go through the slides, clear your doubts, and if you have any doubts, please ask me in your next class. Thank you for listening.